Let's just get right to it. Nothing in your life is going to change until you decide to kill that weaker version of yourself. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to do that, based on one core idea. Real change isn't about waiting for motivation, it's about making a decision.
You know that feeling, right? Where your biggest goals just keep getting pushed to someday. You really want to move forward, but you feel like you're just stuck, repeating the same old cycle, waiting for some spark of inspiration that, well, it never seems to show up. So what's really holding you back?
All right, let's put a name to the enemy here. It's that voice inside your head, the one that can always find a reason not to try. It's the version of you that chooses what's easy right now over what's actually good for you in the long run. And this isn't some abstract idea. It's just a collection of habits that you've been training day after day.
Think of it like this. There are two forces battling it out inside of you every single day. One is built on delay and comfort. The other one, it's built on action and discipline. And every single choice you make, big or small, strengthens one and weakens the other.
This right here, this is the core of it all. We have to forget waiting to feel inspired. Motivation is flaky. It's unreliable. Real lasting change only comes from forcing yourself to act, especially when you don't feel like it. See, action creates momentum, not the other way around.
So how do we actually do it? Here's our game plan. It's a 4-step roadmap. First, we're going to face reality, head on. Second, we'll learn how to force some forward motion. Third, we'll get into why choosing discomfort is so important. And finally, we'll talk about making the decision, about who you're really going to become. Okay, so step 1. This is often the hardest part, because it demands brutal, uncomfortable honesty. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't fix a problem that you refuse to admit you even have. That weaker self we talked about, it absolutely thrives on these little lies. They sound harmless, don't they? But these are the exact excuses that justify staying put. Saying it's not that bad is how you stay average. And telling yourself you'll do it tomorrow is a guarantee that your goals will always be just out of reach. This is all about taking full ownership. You have to stop defending your own behavior. If you're out of shape, you just have to admit it. If you've been lazy and undisciplined, you gotta accept it. No spin, no filters. That raw honesty, that's the real starting line for any progress. So, once you face reality, the next step is absolutely critical. You can't just think your way out of the hole you're in, you have to act your way out. That feeling of being stuck isn't a signal to stop and wait, it's a signal to move. So this whole process is about breaking that paralysis, that freeze. First, you just have to acknowledge the feeling. Name it. Okay, I feel stuck. Then, you have to actively ignore that really powerful impulse to wait for the right moment. And next, this is the key. You just act. You take one small, imperfect step forward. That tiny little action is what shatters the inertia and starts creating real momentum. This is the question everybody asks, isn't it? We all think that we need to feel confident before we can take on the big challenges. But what if we have that completely backward? You don't get confidence by reading books about it, or thinking positive thoughts, or waiting for some magical moment of clarity. It's not something that just shows up at your doorstep one day. See, confidence isn't a requirement, it's a result. It's the byproduct of keeping promises to yourself. Every single time you show up when you don't feel like it, every time you push through when it's hard, you're giving your brain proof, evidence that you're someone who follows through. And that evidence, that's what we call confidence. And that leads us perfectly into our third step, which is about fundamentally rewiring your relationship with things that are hard. The goal here is to stop running from discomfort and actually start seeking it out on purpose. This is the real danger of the easy road, isn't it? Comfort feels so safe and good in the moment, but it's the silent killer of our ambitions. The life you actually want is built through sacrifice and effort, not by staying cozy where you are. Every time you choose the workout over the couch, or doing the hard task over just scrolling on your phone, you are doing so much more than just being productive. You are actively building a new identity. You're proving to yourself over and over that you're someone who does hard things, and that builds a level of self-respect that comfort could never, ever give you. Okay, so let's bring this all home. These steps, they aren't just a set of actions you do once in a while. They are the tools you use to execute a fundamental decision about who you are going to be from this moment forward. Real change doesn't start when you have a good idea. It starts when you make a firm, committed decision. You have to draw a line in the sand and just say, the old version of me, the one who makes excuses and puts things off, that person is done.
This is who I am now.
Here's a really powerful way to think about it. Every single choice you make is a vote. You're casting a ballot for the person you're becoming. Are you voting for the version that stays the same? Or are you voting for the version that grows? There really is no middle ground.
Look, at the end of the day, both of these versions live inside of you right now. One of them is just better trained. So the real question isn't about eliminating weakness forever, it's about which one you choose to feed, to strengthen, and to empower with your very next action. That choice is always yours.